Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. You guys may know me from Live Love Lang, which is my original channel, but I've decided that I want it to be more focused on language and give more perspectives from different polyglots. So I'm now using this channel to talk to you more about university life, Temple University Japan, living abroad, traveling, and being a Jamaican outside of Jamaica. Especially if you're a student interested in going to TUJ or currently attending TUJ, I hope you smash the subscribe button because I'm going to be making a lot of very in-detail specific content about TUJ and all of its classes. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So today's video is a requested video actually. I get a lot of messages about Temple University and I am glad to answer all of your questions. So if you have any questions, please send me a tweet on Twitter at takteresa_ or send me an email to questions@livelovelang.com. Probably email is the best place I can answer in detail. Spring semester is on its way and TUJ is a rolling admissions school, so you can sign up and start school from any semester of the year. So I had started in spring semester and I know I have a bunch of followers who are also going to be starting this spring semester 2019. So I went down to the Office of Student Services, the OSS, and I asked them if they had any specific tips for you or if they had anything that I would perhaps forget in this video. So you can rest assured that this is going to be the most comprehensive video out there about what you need when first coming to Temple University Japan and for orientation in your first week in university. Okay, so the first thing I want to say to you is that you need to relax. Honestly, you don't need to bring anything really. During orientation, they prepare everything for you. You get folders, handouts, packets, basically everything and anything that you would need in your first 2 weeks of TUJ life. I didn't feel that there was anything that they left out. I felt quite informed. In fact, the orientation sessions are quite long and a bit tiring, to say the least, because they really make sure that you are prepared in depth to start your life here in Japan. So don't worry about having to prepare anything. Maybe bring a pen or a pencil if you want to be extra and take notes, but otherwise everything is provided to you, including something to write on. So I wouldn't worry so much about things to prepare for orientation. It's more about keeping your sanity as you come to a completely new environment. So the second thing I need to talk to you guys about is, even though you don't really have to prepare anything in specific for orientation week itself, you totally need to be reading every single email in detail that is being sent out to you from the OSS. I talked to Paul Gaspari, who is the director for student services TUJ, and he did admit that he is aware that there are a lot of emails and it isn't very concise, but while you're dealing with that, every bit of information that they're sending to you is very important. One of the things that I often hear from other colleagues at the school is that they didn't know how to get their working permit. So as a student, you're allowed 24 hours of after school, part-time job, working hours. If you want to utilize that, you have to get a stamp on the back of your residence card. This is imperative. Please listen to me, and it will be in the emails as well. You need to get this stamp in the airport before you leave. Otherwise, it's going to be a big hassle. You're going to have to spend an entire day completely pointless because you could always do it in 5 seconds in the airport. Just give them the form that is sent out to you in the emails inside of immigration before you leave the airport. If you don't know where to go, if you don't have the paper, you forgot where it is, it doesn't matter. Ask someone in the airport. Do not leave the airport before you sort out your permit. Once again, these things are all in the emails. I'm just reiterating it because I don't know why, but people think that, oh, I know how to deal with this. You know what? I'll just deal with it when I get into Japan. Don't do it. It's a trap. The third thing I want to tell you guys is basically how the orientation will go. So what is orientation? What's really going to be happening in orientation? TUJ orientation is very different from other schools, I would think, because you're coming to a new country, so there are a lot of other parts to starting school here. It's not just about the university. We at the moment have a pretty small campus, so there's only so much to see. Honestly, it's not that confusing. However, there's a lot of things where you have to sign up with the tax office in the area that your dormitory is in. You have to figure out the trains. You have to learn an entire new system so that you can transport yourself to and from school and live here seamlessly. Luckily, student volunteers as well as OSS members are all there to help you and to sign you up for all of these different things, so you don't have to be stressed about it at all. Those are the big things that you're going to be checking off during orientation with your fellow colleague volunteers or your senpai and your OSS staff. Things going to the ward office, which is like the tax office for wherever you're living, registering yourself as a alien registrant here in Japan. Someone will pick you up at the dormitories in the morning and show you how to get to school, show you how to use your bus passes, everything. Like all the little things about learning how to get around Japan, they're going to teach it to you during orientation. That's basically what it's for. They also tell you all the things you can't do in Japan, the things that are different culturally, things that will get you in trouble with the police even, that foreigners generally don't know. They even have a lawyer come to talk to you about legal trouble that a lot of TUJ students have gotten into. So yes, it is a very comprehensive orientation. Okay, so now that I've told you how orientation works, basically what I want to do is give you a couple of tips for surviving orientation and for surviving your first week of school. So this stuff is more not OSS information, but experience as a TUJ student and someone who went through the same thing that you're going to be. Don't try and plan too much for your orientation weeks. Take the time to slowly adjust to Japan. Honestly, you're going to be jet lagged, and if you're not jet lagged, you're going to be tired because you're walking up and down and you're soaking in a lot of different things. Don't try to be a hero and explore and travel and do all of these things right off the bat. I feel like it's not the smartest thing to do in the world, because then you'll find yourself still struggling to adjust during your first couple weeks of school, and then your grades will suffer or you'll feel overwhelmed or something like that. So I would keep your schedule clear for orientation, like going and finding your local supermarket, or trying to meet new people, or like, I don't know, not drinking, you can't drink in dorms, or spending time together in dorms, or going to see what the mall is like at your station. Maybe you can make one trip to like the cobblestone area that's like near school. It's a really fancy area that's famous in Tokyo. It's called Azabajuban. Do little trips and little stuff that won't tire you out and helps you get more accustomed to your surroundings. Do little things that won't tire you out and helps you get more accustomed to your surroundings. The second tip is bring a bottle of water. Like, when I say a bottle of water, you can always buy at convenience stores, that's fine too, but maybe you want to pack your canteen bottle that you use at home and you want to take water with you. You can drink the tap water here, so that's a tidbit. But have water with you so that you can stay hydrated, and bring Tylenol or painkillers from your home country. Of course you can buy them here, but that's a lot of work. Just bring them with you. Like I said, you might be jet lagged, you might be tired. At least for me, I got really exhausted during my first week. I needed to be drinking water, I needed to be in tip-top shape, eating snacks, and if I had a headache, I wanted to take that medication straight off the bat so I can keep up with everyone. Of course, you're going to be super excited during that time too, so maybe this won't be a problem, but just in case, I would bring some water, some snacks, and some medication just in case you tire yourself out in the first couple weeks. Don't be afraid to drop courses. So I talked to a lot of friends that are even like they're third year students like me, and in their first semester they were afraid to drop courses. So because of that, they ended up taking really bad classes that they could have totally avoided if they had just experienced it for the first week and dropped it experienced it the first 2 weeks and dropped it by that deadline. It doesn't affect your grades, it doesn't affect your transcripts, it doesn't affect money. Some classes, it's not about you, it's not about how hard you study, it just doesn't match your style, or maybe it's too much for you for that semester. These are very valid concerns, and I know as high school students, I know this is how I felt as well, because I did this to myself as well. You feel like if you just try a little harder, you figure out this teacher is fine. Don't do that. University is a different ball game. You have a lot of things to do. You are experiencing life as well. You don't want to put that extra pressure on yourself. Feel comfortable with dropping courses and picking up different ones and trying those out. Do not be afraid to do so. And if you don't know how to by yourself on the TUJ portal, go ahead and go to the main front desk on the first floor of the Azaba building and ask them to help you drop it, and they will be more than happy to. Okay, my final tip is do not be afraid to talk to people. So most of the people here at TUJ, I've noticed, are very kind, although they're not the type of people to go out of their cliques and to reach out first. But if you say something to them, you will be met with all sorts of kindness and all sorts of warmth. Be comfortable. Just, you see a table in Parliament, which is our student lounge, and you see someone sitting there, just sit down and say, hey, can I sit here? Hi, I'm new, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead and talk to them. I mean, especially if you guys see me, come and talk to me. I'll give you a hug and welcome you to TUJ. Like, it's a very warm environment. Everyone is so kind to each other. So please do not be afraid to talk to your upperclassmen, ask them questions about the courses, and be involved. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I hope this helped you. I'm ecstatic that you are making the choice to study abroad and doing something that's so out of your comfort zone. Be proud of yourself and just go for it. I wish you all the best. If you liked this video or this was helpful, please leave me a comment down below. And if you have any more questions, like I said, send me an email. If you want to follow me in all of my adventures, please follow me on Instagram and Twitter and talk to me there, because I want lots of more friends, including you guys, because you guys are the awesome people who, want change in their life and all these things. I'm so excited to meet all of you. Check out our language channel if you're interested in Japanese, Korean, Spanish, Swedish, blah, blah, blah. Check out that channel too. Everything is in the description box below. Yes, I will see you guys next time. Bye!